It was a stormy evening when the stranger rode into Dry Creek, her coat soaked through and her boots caked with mud. The small-town saloon went quiet the moment she stepped inside. Her eyes, sharp and bright as burning coals, swept across the room like she was measuring danger. Her hat shadowed half her face, but everyone could see the streak of dried blood on her cheek. The barkeep froze halfway through cleaning a glass. Nobody spoke, not until she walked straight to the counter, dropped a silver coin, and said, "Whiskey." "Leave the bottle." From the corner table, a tall cowboy watched her. He'd seen plenty of rough folks pass through, but none like her. There was something about the way she carried herself, calm, like she'd already survived worse than anyone here could imagine. When she leaned forward, the edge of a knife peeked from inside her boot. That's when he knew she wasn't just passing through. "Name's Wyatt," he finally said, his voice slow and steady. "You're a long way from home." She didn't look up. "Home's a place that doesn't want me anymore," she replied, pouring another drink. Wyatt smiled slightly. "Then maybe you need a new one." Her hand froze over the glass. She looked at him for the first time, and he saw it, that fire in her eyes, the kind that comes from pain turned into strength. "You don't know what I've done," she said quietly. "I don't have to," he said. "Everyone out here's done something they regret." Outside, thunder cracked. A few men near the door exchanged nervous glances. They'd recognized her now. The wanted posters had been tacked up along every road in the county. Eliza Kane. $500 reward. Armed and dangerous. Wyatt noticed the way their hands twitched near their holsters. He stood slowly, his chair scraping the wooden floor. "I think it's time these men went home," he said, eyes never leaving Eliza's. One of the men laughed nervously. "You protectin' an outlaw now, Wyatt?" "Just someone who looks like she could use a quiet night," he said calmly, though his hand rested near his revolver. The tension was thick enough to choke on. Then Eliza spoke, her voice low but clear. "If they try it, they won't walk out." Her boot shifted slightly, enough for the flash of the knife to catch the light. The men hesitated, then one by one, they stepped back and left. The saloon door swung closed behind them, leaving only the sound of rain and the creak of the wind outside. Wyatt sat down again. "You don't owe me thanks," he said. "I wasn't planning on it," she said dryly, though a small smile tugged at her lips. He chuckled. "Fair enough, but if you're stayin' in Dry Creek, you'll need more than sharp words and that knife." "I ain't stayin'," she said. "I got a score to settle up north." "Then let me guess, you'll ride out at dawn, alone, angry, and half-starved." Her jaw tightened. "I don't need help." Wyatt leaned back. "Didn't say you did, but I've got a spare horse, a hot meal, and a roof that doesn't leak. You're welcome to all three if you want them." For a long moment, Eliza didn't answer. She studied him like she was trying to find the trap in his offer. But there wasn't one, just a man who'd seen enough hurt to recognize it in someone else. Later that night, she followed him to his ranch. It wasn't much, a small cabin, a few cattle, and a loyal old dog named Dusty, but it was warm, and it was quiet. She took off her coat, set her hat on the table, and pulled the knife from her boot. Wyatt noticed the initials carved into the handle, E.K. "You really gonna trust a stranger?" she asked. Wyatt poured 2 cups of coffee and handed her one. "Trust's a big word," he said. "Let's start with not shooting each other." That earned him a real smile, the first one she'd shown all night. They ate in silence, the storm rumbling outside. Every so often, Wyatt caught her looking out the window, like she expected someone to come for her. When he finally asked what she was running from, she said, "A man who took everything from me." Her voice cracked, just barely. "I swore I'd find him. Make him pay." Wyatt nodded slowly. "Revenge don't bring peace," he said. She met his gaze, eyes burning. "Then what does?" He didn't answer right away. Instead, he looked at the fire in the hearth and said quietly, "Sometimes, peace finds you when you stop looking." For the first time, she didn't argue. The next morning, when the sun broke through the clouds, Eliza stood by her horse, ready to ride. Wyatt came out with a small leather pouch, supplies, jerky, a map. "You'll need this," he said. She took it, their hands brushing for just a moment. "Why are you helping me?" He shrugged. "Because once, someone helped me when I didn't deserve it." She looked at him, the wind lifting her hair, and for a heartbeat, that fire in her eyes softened. "You're a fool, Wyatt." He smiled. "Maybe, but I'm your fool if you ever ride back this way." Eliza mounted her horse, pausing before she turned toward the road. "Don't wait for me," "I won't," he said, though they both knew he would. As she rode away, the morning sun caught the knife at her side, the same blade that had once been her shield. Now, for the first time, it looked like it might also be her past. And though Wyatt didn't say it out loud, he knew, one day, she'd come back. Not for revenge, but for the place she'd left her heart behind.